Good morning everyone, myself Dr. Kunjal Sharma. Today we are going to start our remaining topic of arsenic poisoning, that is the advantages and disadvantages of arsenic poisoning. Now come to the advantages. It is a popular homicidal poison. It is called popular for the homicidal poison, it means killing someone. It is known for that. Why? There are some points which are beneficial to kill someone. Let us we see. It is cheap, it is low in price, so anyone can easily buy it. So it is cheap and it is easily available. It is easily available into the market. In daily routine we are using it in form of the red poisons, insecticides, then pesticides and weed killers, then sprays for the fruit trees, and insect poisons, and cosmetic products also, in arts, in industry, in agricultural field, in many other ways, knowingly or unknowingly we are using in our daily life. So it is easily available into market, and the lethal dose, it is small, approximate 120 milligram for adults. It means the lethal dose which has the capability to cause the death of victim, it is small, so it is a beneficial point. Then it is a tasteless and odorless. It can be given in food, drink or pan without arousing suspicion. It means it has no taste, it has no smell, so uh, nobody can identify it easily. So it also administered with any uh, food or drink like tobacco, tea, coffee, and some articles of food. And in India, it is administered with a pan. It is a betel leaf, and so without any arousing suspicion, nobody can easily doubt on it. Then, in acute poisoning, the symptoms appear within half an hour. All the symptoms will appear within half an hour, thus providing opportunity to the poisoner to make good his escape. It means in acute condition we have seen that the mainly arsenic poison acts into the GI tract, so it produces the symptoms of vomiting, diarrhea, skin rashes, intense thirst, and collapse condition, and ending into the death. So all are the symptoms will appear within half an hour. So the poisoner or the criminal has opportunity to run away from that site. Then he has enough time. Then in acute poisoning, it may be confused with cholera or bacterial food poisoning. It resembles like seems like a cholera or bacterial food poisoning due to the diarrhea and vomiting. So it is nobody can easily identify or doubt on it. Then in chronic cases, in chronic poisoning by small doses, it produces delayed death from progressive debility resembling certain diseases. In case of chronic, we have seen that it is dividing into the four stages. So in intermittent dose, in small dose periodically, if we are giving to the victim, so it will produce the long prolonged time to cause the death of victim. So it resemble like a debility, that person, that victim has already suffered from some disease. It seems like that. So this all are the beneficial point advantages for the homicidal poison. Now for other medical legal aspect, now it is also used for the suicidal purpose. To commit a suicide, it is cheap, easily available, and dose it is very small, and it has no taste, no odor, so it is good for to commit the suicide. Then for the homicidal purpose, uh, all all the above points we have seen, and also used as a mass homicidal poisoning. So mass homicidal poisoning, for the people gathered in some place, and uh, it has sometimes occurred when arsenic is mixed in some article of food, or in drinking water from a well or tank to take the revenge from them. And some cases accidental, like we are using it in our daily life. So in children may occur, uh, if they chew the paint or eat some uh, insecticide, pesticides, or ant syrup containing the arsenic compounds, and for other purposes, like it is also used as a cattle poison, like our domestic animals. So if they suffered from some disease, then to kill them, uh, the people are using it as a cattle poison. It is fed to the animal mixed with the fodder. It mixed with the food of the animal, and it is given to the uh, cattle, so it will produce the death of them. Then also it has been reported that for used for procure abortion, to form a paste or ointment, and two abortion sticks to procure the abortion for the secure abortion. In previously in history, there is a practice of attempted self-induced abortion. So the pregnant woman uh, perform this abortion without any medical assistant. So this all are the advantages. We can say that it is popular homicidal poison. Now come to the part of disadvantages of arsenic poisoning. It retards the putrefaction. It means it just delayed the decay of the body, just slow down the process of decay of body, so the body is therefore well preserved. Then it does not deteriorates, so the chemical analysis of viscera reveals its presence even after several years. It means the viscera remains the same. So after many years, further analysis, so it will reveal the truth that there is a traces of arsenic compounds will show in this process. Then heat does not destroy it, therefore it can be detected even from charred remains if the body is burnt. It means by the heat it cannot be destroyed. So and after the burn, the body's ash or the jet, it there is a traces of arsenic. Then in case of chronic condition or the chronic poisoning, it is excreted in hair, nails, bones, skin, etc. We have seen that in chronic poisoning it is a long process, so it will deposited into the body in some organs and excreted also in hair, nails, bones, skins after even many years. And so its detection is possible when any of the structures are available. So this all are the disadvantages of arsenic poisoning. Now we'll come to the some short notes related to the arsenic poisoning. First, it is the tolerance of arsenic. When we say that it is a tolerance of arsenic, certain individuals develop the habit of arsenic eating. Some individuals, some people have habit to take arsenic not directly, but either as a tonic or as an aphrodisiac. It means the tonic or the medicine which stimulates the sexual desire, that type of the tonic they regularly they are regularly taking that, and it will produce the tolerance power. They can bear it up to the 250 milligram. So it develop the some amount of tolerance power against the arsenic up to 250 milligram. It is known as the tolerance of arsenic, and it is from prolonged time. If it will continue, then it will develop the chronic poisoning. Then now come to the second, the absorption part. What is the absorption of arsenic? As we know that the all irritant group poisoning, it will mainly act into the alimentary tract or GI tract. So same here, that it is rapidly absorbed in alimentary tract and also skin. So in alimentary tract or the mucous membrane, it will develop the irritation, corrosion, and systemic absorption. When in case of the skin, when it is a paste or containing the arsenic compounds applied onto the skin, it absorbs through it. Then come to the part of distribution. What is the distribution of arsenic? As we know that for the chronic condition, if it will taken for a long time, it will develop the deposition of the poison into the organs and some viscera. So arsenic is found in greatest quantity, especially in liver and the kidneys also, and other organs contain the traces according to their blood content. In cases in which the life is prolonged, so there is arsenic found in the muscles for a matter of days, and in bones for a matter of weeks, and in keratin tissues, hair, nails, skin for a month. It will appear there. Then come to the part of elimination. When we call the elimination of arsenic, as we know that our body's normal mechanism is that if any poison or any uh, condition, there is a phagocytic effect, and if there is a poison or feel there is a threat of anything, it will excrete it through the urine and stool. So same here, there is arsenic is eliminated mainly by urine, but also in feces, in bile, in sweat, and other secretions in stool. So after a single dose, it may be found in urine within half an hour and continues to be excreted for about 10 to 14 days or even longer also. Then in chronic intermittent poisoning, if it is given into the intermittent dose, smallest dose for a long period, then arsenic is excreted in keratin tissues and bones, and hair and nails will show the deposits of arsenic. It is the elimination of arsenic. Now come to the part of postmortem imbibition. It means imbibition, absorption of the liquid by any solid, like certain samples of earth which contain the small traces of arsenic, probably derived from use of arsenical weed killers in the burial ground, or an account of drainage water contaminated by arsenic, where the buried the dead bodies, the wall area, if there is a contaminated by arsenic, then uh, it is known that when a dead body is buried in such earth, small quantities of arsenic may be entered the dead body. It has been reported, so where the soil contains arsenic and the arsenic poison is suspected, samples of earth from around the dead body should be collected for the chemical analysis at the time of exhumation. It means when the digging for the further analysis of the poisoning case. At that time, the arsenic poisoning, the concentration of arsenic in various organs should be more than that in the earth. So this all are the arsenic poisoning. Now come to difference between the arsenic poisoning and cholera. Now let us see the traits. The pain in throat in case of arsenic poisoning, it appears before vomiting, and in case of cholera, it appears after vomiting. Now purging or the diarrhea, it is present after vomiting in case of arsenic poisoning, and in cholera before vomiting. Stool which appears dark colored and mixed with blood, and later it is rice watery, and in case of cholera it is rice watery, not mixed with blood, and passed in continuous involuntary jet. Then tenesmus and anal irritation, it is present in case of arsenic poisoning because it is comes under the group of irritant poison, so it will produce the burning and irritation. And in case of cholera it is absent. Then vomited matter, as we know that in acute condition it contains the mucus, bile, and last mixed with blood. And in case of cholera it is a watery and without mucus, bile, and blood. Now the voice, in case of arsenic poisoning it is not affected. Throat is not affected in case of arsenic poisoning, but in case of cholera the voice it is rough and whistling. Then conjunctiva, we can see inflamed, because inflammation, congestion, all are the symptoms we can see in case of arsenic poisoning, which is absent in case of cholera. Then analysis of excreta, it is present in case of arsenic. Then which is cholera vibrio, which is present in case of cholera. Then circumstantial evidence in case of arsenic poisoning may be present as a soil and whatever we have seen. Then in other cases of cholera, it is in locality. So these are the difference between arsenic and cholera. So here we are completing arsenic poisoning. Thank you all of you.